And welcome to part 3 of Wake Island. The reason why this round is going on for so long is, of course, there's no ticket bleed at all. Uh, the only way a round on this type of map goes for a short period of time is if the invading forces just don't get any flags, so they get bled half to death, or the other side loses all of its flags and gets capped out and then dies that way. Otherwise, you've just got to go down and take down every ticket. Of course, the Americans have this massive ticket advantage. So if they don't manage to take all the flags and drive us off the island, there's a very, very, very strong chance that the Americans will win. We've only got the one flag left, the landing beach. But as I said in part 2, this is if you can only have one flag, this is probably the one you'd want to spawn from. The southwestern flag that I'm headed toward is a pretty easy one to approach without being detected. You can just go around the beach. It's kind of difficult to tell which points you can climb up from. But if you want to, you can just go all the way around and then neutralize the flag. Well, all the flags on our side are neutral, so if I don't capture this one and the other ones turn Japanese, then we're done for. I'm pretty sure there's no other Japanese left. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I managed to capture this flag, and within a short period of time, probably a lot of people will be spawning in over here. We also might have been able to capture the airfield flag, you just never know. But you can attack in two directions pretty easily from the landing beach, which is very useful.
Requesting a pickup! Requesting a pickup! Good job, soldier!
I'm just going to try to sneak around here. In fact, a lot of parts on this island, if you just go around the beach side, you can get to a lot of different places without being seen at all. And I'm using this tree here for cover. All the trees on this game are totally bulletproof. And it's very annoying for the other guy if the person he's trying to shoot at just uses a tree to hide like that. Normally, if you were doing that, they would just rush toward you, so you couldn't. And once again, we've got 3 gray flags, so our grip here is very tenuous. Okay, I think that was the last one. You always have to be kind of paranoid though when you're capturing the flag. Right now I've captured our team's only flag once again. So, and this is of course, like I said before, the landing beach is a pretty solid position to attack from. And the good news here is that we're at least keeping that airfield flag neutral, which means they can't spawn in reinforcements there, and they can't get the tank that spawns there either, or any of the airplanes. The Japanese still, remember, they can make use of all the airplanes that spawn on their aircraft carrier. And if they control the airfield, then they've got an additional 3 planes. So if the Japanese control the airfield and they get all 6 of those planes, or I guess it's 5 planes, up in the air at once, 5 versus 0, it becomes just totally brutal for the Allies who are stuck with no planes. Okay, now since we've got both this flag and the landing beach, it becomes a one-front war, which is a lot easier to deal with. And I just got team killed by one of the landmines that was left there. The red circle with a skull and crossbones was an indicator that there was a friendly landmine. On some servers, the friendly landmines will not kill you. On this server, obviously they will. And I just should have been a bit more careful when I saw that icon. We'll definitely have to make a strong effort to attack any of the airplanes we see in the air, because as long as the Allies have no airplanes, you know, the airplanes, even though there are more counters to them in this game than in Battlefield 2, the natural enemy of the airplane is still the airplane. So if your side has no planes in the air, then, you know, you could be in real trouble. And this flag has been neutral for a very, very long period of time. Fortunately, the Axis do have a tank. Not really much infantry can do about the tank other than throw their grenades at it, since I'm not an anti-tank or an engineer troop. And the Japanese just keep on coming. Alright, stay tuned for part 4.